Being a parent is one of the biggest responsibilities that a person could have. Being a parent ain't no joke. If you're gonna be a parent, it's a lot of responsibility with that. My wife used to say that I was harassing my kids. Well, they're step kids. So her kids, and then I had biological children. I had one child, and then she had two kids. So there was a lot that was going on when they was coming up. I noticed a lot of things that they were doing that was wrong, and I would address these things, and then she would jump on me. Not physically, but she would jump on me, and she'd be like, as if I was wrong for being a parent, like addressing them for the things that they were doing. Now, as a parent, it is your job to keep your child in line, to guide them in the direction that they should go. And a lot of times when she took charge of the situation, I felt like she didn't do enough, because I could see that they didn't take her serious. You have to really put parenthood way, way up high, because nothing should be able to come in between your directive and raising a child. And folks, I'm not no professional. As you can see, I really just have a lot on my heart right now. I got a lot of stuff I need to say. And this is going to be what I use to get these things off my chest. Because I find myself talking to myself. And I said, if I'm going to talk to myself, I might as well talk to where somebody can hear it. Somebody can, listen and share it or whatever. But anyway, being a parent is a real responsibility. So you have to look at what's going on with your child and say that their child is in trouble, or potentially the situation that they in could get out of control. So you have to look at it like your child getting ready to drive off a cliff and you in the passenger seat. What you gonna do? You gonna bail out before you get to the edge, or you gonna try to talk your child into hitting that brake or turning? But sometimes that don't work, and you bailing out before the child go off the cliff is the wrong thing to do. You got to be able to pull that handbrake or throw that car in park. You pull that handbrake, it's going to be a violent stop. You throw that car in park while it's moving, you're going to tear the transmission up, but it will stop. It will eventually come to a stop. You got to be able to risk the damage. You got to be able to risk the inconvenience to deter your child from ruining their life. And from sun up to sundown, you got to give that child every day a piece of you and check on that child. Hey, how you doing? You doing okay? How was school? Plan it out. Like I say in my videos, plan it out. Talk with them every day. Check on their schoolwork once a week if you're a busy parent. If you're a single parent and the non-custodial parent is in the child's life, y'all work together. Because when they see y'all working together, the child will be better off. If you don't want nobody else raising your kids, please don't get married. If you don't want nobody chiming in on how to raise your children and all this other stuff, please don't get married. If you don't do that, because you're gonna ruin something good. That person could be with somebody else. Or either, who knows? But if you're going to get married and you got kids, you got to be able to allow that person to have a say-so in the child's life, especially if, under certain circumstances, the biological parent is not active or not around or not alive. You have to be able to allow this person to get in there and have a say-so, because it's a team thing. If you're not trying to parent your children, then you might not be a good parent. If you just wake up in the morning, you provide, you give, and you don't love on them, and you don't give them the things that they need intellectually, mentally, and physically, you are not doing your job. When you let your children decide what's good for them at an early age, you're not doing your job. You shouldn't have to wrestle with your children, at least not by yourself. Being a parent is a serious thing. I'm not the best parent, but I prefer to have a teammate. I prefer to have somebody that's going to work with me and help me move my child in the right direction, because with my mentality, it's not an easy thing. It's not easy for me. I get a little frustrated, get a little pissed off, and things, it's not necessary for me or any parent to have to do it by themselves under any circumstances. If you and your, baby mama, baby daddy not together, and then you moved on, you should at least make the effort, contact that person. I know sometimes people say, well, he or she don't answer the phone, they not active. Who cares? At the end of the day, you got to be able to say, I reached out to you, bro, or I reached out to you, shorty, and you ain't never returned no calls. It is your job to ensure that child has a good life. That means that when the biological parent is not active, you need to, hey, call your son, call your daughter, call your kids sometimes. That's your job. Because if y'all was in the same house, hopefully you will feel the same way and say, hey, look, you've been going to work and working hard and you're coming home and you're not spending no time with them. What's the problem? But then realistically, man, we stuck on the BS and we not really looking at the bigger picture. But yeah, you got to get in their face. You got to know what's going on with them. If you attended to them when they was babies, from the time they was born, and you up late night, you had to go to work, you had to go to school, and you just tired, that doesn't cease when they learn how to walk. It doesn't cease when they learn how to talk. It doesn't cease when they enter into grammar school. It doesn't stop when they go to junior high school. It don't stop when they go to high school. It don't stop when they go to college. You have to be a parent. You are a parent until the day you die. We owe it to them. Our parents owe it to us, no matter how old you are. I know this dude, retired military. I met him in 2002, 2003, somewhere around up in there. Probably, no, it wasn't that. It was earlier, 2005, I met this guy. This dude, I think I messed that up. But anyway, this dude, me and this guy got to talking. And I say, man, let me buy that car from you that you got. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna sell it. I'm gonna hold on to it. My son might need it for something. He said, I got cars. He said, but I like that car because I bought it when it was brand new and everything. It was a 300ZX convertible. And I was like, dang, that's a bad car. He was like, man, I just hold on to it. I just drive it to keep it from sitting around. Just in case my kids need something to drive, I'll, they need something extra. If they car in the shop, they can come get that car. I said, wow. Ironically, another dude that I work with, older cat, he got grown sons close to my age. He said the same thing. And he had a truck, it's like an Avalanche or something like that. Real nice, sitting on rims and everything. And I said, bro, you want to sell that truck? He was like, nah, I'm just holding on to it. Just in case my kids need something, you know, I got extra visa. I mean, I got vehicles, I'm retired. And these dudes are really taking parenthood to another level. Whether their kids were good or bad, I'll never know. But they was looking at the situation like they kids may need something, even though his kids are well off. He said, man, my kids might need something. My kids might need to use this car. So I got extra car. He said, I got a job. The other guy was like, he got the job. He don't need the job. But just in case his kids need something, he saved the money up. In case they need something. This man, at the time, 2005, something like that, this man was already in his 70s. Already. Late 60s, 70s, something like that. And he was talking like that. He had 2 older sons. So that's proof to me that parenthood don't stop. Long as you can provide wisdom or some finances, at best, if you can provide love and consolement for your child, if that's all you can really give, then give that. But don't sit here and act like just because they, at the age of 19 and they got a job that they good. No, they not. They're never really that good. A lot of them don't talk. A lot of them hold in stuff. They don't know how to deal with their emotions. And if you're a person that don't know how to deal with your emotions, they're not gonna know how to deal with theirs. You got to be able to teach them to get that out. But look, I done been on this thing long enough. I'm trying to keep my videos down to 10 minutes. I hope that you got something out of it. And, like I said, parenting is not an easy job. But be the best parent that you know you can be and really check yourself. Be there for your children. Love your children. Don't let your children crash out because they don't know no better. They don't. They really don't know as much as we think they know. Some of us are just lazy as hell. We done got them to a point where they can walk and come home from school and fix something for themselves. And some of them just like that. Some of them like, man, I ain't got to fix nothing for them. I ain't got to do this. As long as they can get up and move around, because you got tired of carrying them on your hip. Got tired of feeding them. Got tired of running when they needed something. So you encourage them to get a job. You encourage them to get a car. So you don't have to depend on them. So they don't have to depend on you. Come on, man. You owe your children, we owe our children everything we got right now. Even if it's just $5, we owe them everything because they didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? So take from this message what you can. Love and peace, or peace and love, however you want to look at it.